Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Neil. This is another instructional video brought to you by Elk Castle Shooting Sports. Now, Paul, we get customers in here all the time. They're looking for a new handgun for concealment, for defense. Now, one of us is a certified handgun instructor, and it's not the one of us with hair. So I'm going to defer to Paul for some insight on what you tell these people.
Well, Neil, we get a lot of questions coming in, and that's one of the biggest topics we have is what do I choose for personal protection? And it's both male and female alike. The thing is what I look at is my 4 C's to gun purchase, and it makes it easier for everybody to buy a handgun. 4 C's, real simple.
He's been working on his numbers.
Yep, 4 C's. The first one is comfort.
Okay.
You always want to make sure you have a comfortable gun.
Right.
Second C is capability. Got to be able to rack it and operate it.
Okay.
Third C, consistency. You got to hit what you aim at. And the fourth C is concealment, which is what you want it for.
Right.
So based on those premises, you're looking at concealment. You're looking at the revolvers, which are mechanical firearms. Less chance of malfunction because they're mechanical. When you pull the trigger, they operate. As long as they're loaded, they will work. Your semi-automatics. These are a little more complicated. They have more moving parts, which there tends to lend in some problems with malfunctions.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and break it down into a real simple scenario here. You have a gun that you want to buy. You're looking at it. First C, comfort. You pick up the firearm. Does it fit properly in your hand? Does your front sight and rear sight line up with the long axis of your arm? Does your finger actually reach the trigger and actually feel comfortable? And you will honestly feel when you pick up a handgun the way it feels. You say, I like that.
Right.
You bought guns before. You've picked up a gun. You like the way it felt. You tend to purchase it and you like to shoot it. The second C, really simple, is capability. Can I capably work the gun? Can I reach the trigger without changing my grip?
Okay.
Can I clear malfunctions?
Well, we see a lot of people come in the store, and this stops them down right here. The ability to do that.
That is one of the biggest problems we have, especially with younger ladies. They have a hard time racking that action back. What I teach in my classes is what we call a palm over technique. Reaching the hand over the top of the slide, getting a firm positive grip, keeping the pistol pointed down range, keeping your finger indexed. You can literally pull back with this hand and push forward with this hand. And it literally activates the firearm.
Okay.
What this does, it uses the forearms and the strength motion and actually gets the gun to operate with less stress on the arms.
Okay. So what's the big benefit of going to a revolver over a semi-automatic pistol?
Nice thing about revolvers is they're mechanical. They're loaded, they work. When you want to shoot, you point and shoot. The downside, and every firearm's going to have a positive and negative to it, you have 5 or 6 shots with a revolver. Some of the newer revolvers have 7 shots. Semi-automatics, you can get anywhere from 6 rounds to 20 rounds in the magazine. So you have more ability to shoot back.
And I have heard that in a stress situation, you're much more likely to miss than you are to hit.
Yes, usually in a stressful situation, you will perform to your 60th percentile of your level of training. Unfortunately, most people don't practice as often as they should. And 6 out of 10 shots at a target, not good odds. I worry about where those other 4 are going.
Okay.
That brings us to the consistency. That was a good point. Consistency. You have to hit what you aim at. It doesn't do you a bit of good to shoot at someone to defend yourself if you can't hit them.
Right.
Hits win. Consistency. You've got to choose a firearm that works best for you and you get shots on target. It doesn't matter if you're carrying a .45 caliber revolver. If you cannot control it, you can't hit what you aim at, it's not going to work for you. You may want to drop to a 9mm or a .380 caliber.
Okay.
Hits win.
Now about the concealability, this would be challenging for me to get on my person, especially summertime. People tend to wear less bulkier clothes in the summer. That's going to be hard to conceal.
Yes, it is. And the interesting thing is what I did in the military is we dress for success. Everything we do in the military when we're out on details is we match what we did outside in the areas we were at. When we were outside, say in the summer of Phoenix, Arizona, we watch what people wear in that area and we match. Well, definitely if you're wearing a tank top and shorts, it's going to be a little difficult to conceal this one.
Right.
You may want to go with a fanny pack with a simple SIG P238 or even the Glock 19. It's a choice of how you dress, where you're at, and still maintain concealability.
Well, one thing I have noticed is I have always gone with the larger guns because they have higher capacity. They usually have better triggers on them and a better sight picture. But I also find out with a larger gun, I tend to leave it in my car a lot.
Yes, that's true. Most people, the larger the gun, they're a little apprehensive about carrying something that big because they're worried about breaking the law. The interesting thing about having a gun and carrying it is it's better to have it, not need it, and not have it. Again, that goes down to choice. What gun's going to work best for me? If you're going out and you know it's a larger caliber gun or in a smaller frame, if you get hits on target, and unfortunately people don't realize most confrontations happen in less than 21 feet, and 95% of those are within 3. So chance of you getting a larger caliber gun in a larger size frame out of a holster and on target in that time period, that's pretty hard to do. So the matter I do is, we have several guns here at El Castle. I mean, we have over 70 of them on the gun range. We tell people if you go down there, rent a handgun, use the range, try it before you buy it. You're more satisfied with the handgun. That was the whole idea of that. And hey, even if you rent it down there, I'll take the $15 rental fee off the price of the gun if you decide to buy it from us.
So you're telling me I can try all these guns out before I buy them?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the best way to prove that you've got something you like. And you're not walking out the door with buyer's remorse.
Well, thank you, Paul.
You're welcome, Neil.
And a buddy of mine had forwarded me a montage of 80s action flicks. Now, these actors could not agree on grip, so I wanted you to help me out.
All right.
Okay, now some of these actors, they've got a pistol and they hold it like this.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that's correct, but some of these actors, they hold it like this.
All right.
And then some of them hold it like this. And then the only other one I saw, and this was confusing, I wanted to get your input.
Sure.
I've seen some of them, when they shoot, they go like that. And I think that gets a little extra velocity on the bullet going down range. Now, which one of those is the correct grip?
None of the above, to be honest with you.